me ask you about a sector that is in pain at this point in time, and I would imagine that you are hoping for more relief from the government, and that is the telecom sector. Vodafone Idea, that is, you've got 26% in that venture, saddled with debt. In fact, Vodafone's global CEO has basically said that it will head towards liquidation if there isn't government intervention and government relief. Are you still hopeful of government relief? And if it weren't to come by, is liquidation a possibility?
So I think since Nick made that statement, the government seems to have done a lot.
So it's worked. The statement has worked.
I don't know if that's worked, but I think they realize the fact that this is a very critical sector. The whole Digital India program rests on this, and it's a strategic sector. They don't want just one or two. They publicly stated that they want 3 players from the private sector, 1 player from the public sector. So I think that we can expect much more stimulus from the government because it's required for the sector to survive. If we weren't getting anything, then I think that's the end of the story for Vodafone Idea.
You're saying that if there isn't any more by way of relief in terms of either the AGR dues that you're supposed to pay by January, which is when the 3-month period gets over, or some relief on the license conditions front, do you believe, you're saying unequivocally that it'll be the end of the story? You're not going to pump in any more money into the venture?
No, not if either or both of these happen. That it doesn't make sense to put good money after bad. So that would be the end of the story for us.
It'll be the end of the story if there is no relief.
We'd shut shop.
You will shut shop, which
Absolutely.
means you'll go down the NCLT route.
I guess so.
Okay.
And that would be a very sad thing to happen. I'm making it seem sort of very matter of fact. And obviously, we wouldn't want that to happen. And I have every reason to believe that it won't happen. But at the same time, it's true, if you ask me specifically, it is true that we will shut shop if we don't get relief. Because I think, you can't, there's no company in the world that can pay that kind of fine in 3 months. It just doesn't work like that.
So there will be no further infusion from you or Vodafone to keep the business afloat?
I don't think so, because I think, like I said, it's just not good business.
And
in that case.
I would imagine that there's been conversation with the government on this. There was a committee headed by the Cabinet Secretary set up to look at the issues pertaining to the telecom sector. Realistically, what would the expectation then be in terms of relief? Because some measures have been taken, a moratorium on spectrum dues, but realistically, what is the expectation in terms of further?
So the big elephant in the room, Shireen, is AGR, which is actually something that the judiciary, it lies in the courts of the judiciary. But I believe, I'm sure the government can have a dialogue. This was a suit filed by the government against the TSPs. So since the government has won, I think it gives them headroom to talk to the judiciary and try and find some sort of a solution. I don't know what shape or form that might take. And I hope that happens.
So you're saying the government, which is a litigant in this matter, after having won this case, will go back to the judiciary and say that we're okay if they don't pay up?
I get the sense that they didn't expect the judiciary to come down so hard on the TSPs. I don't think that they expected them to say that, look, pay up 40,000 crores in the next 3 months. I have a sense that they were quite taken aback by themselves. And I think the realization is now that you need more players in the sector because, like I said, it is a very strategic sector. And it's not in national interest to have so many TSPs shutting down.